Okay.
Hi guys, hi Esteban.
Hi, Yuri.
Hey, Esteban. Good morning, good evening, good night.
Good morning. Okay, so let's start. Are we recording? Yes, we're recording. Okay, so well, welcome to today's Hyperledger Identus maintainer call. As usual, remember the antitrust policy notice and as well to adhere to the Hyperledger code of conduct. For today, we are going to have a rather short agenda. As usual, introductions. I think that we don't have new people on the call. Yeah, there is no one new, right? Yeah, I think we are all the usual people. So let's move forward with updates. So updating the migration of repositories, we finally managed to get the legal blessing on the contribution agreement. Now we are waiting for signatures of the relevant people. So we are closer, we are getting there. Has taken quite a lot of time, but at least we are moving forward. So one day we are going to get this sorted out and we will be able to transfer the rest of the repositories from IOG to the Hyperledger Identus GitHub. Other thing that relates to GitHub issues, we announced this in last week outreach call. Expect a slower response on the GitHub issues from part of the IOG team, which are the core maintainers. This will last until the end of July. Basically, the reason for this is like team is currently focusing on delivering some milestones that the team committed to deliver. So they need to focus a little bit more. If there is something like a critical bug or a security vulnerability, raise the issue as normal. It's not like the issues are not going to be being checked on. I will be reviewing everything. If it's within my capabilities, I will be trying to help you with support. If not, well, we ask as well the community to keep an eye on the GitHub issues if it's something that they know how to sort out, or maybe they can help with. Give us a hand on that matter. Also, well, we have the Discord channels available. So if someone has any kind of issue, feel free to reach the community. I'm sure the guys, the developers, if they have some spare time, they probably will be helping as well. So those are the updates. Any questions about this, Yuri?
I have a couple of proposals, but if community has any questions to you, I can propose it after questions and answers. Okay, no question. Then I want to propose to slightly change the collaboration with community and improve our collaboration in a way that community members currently can submit the issue and complain that particular thing doesn't work as expected. And sometimes it's not easy to reproduce the same issue at the current version or previous versions of the agent, and it also takes additional time of our engineering team to figure out what exactly is wrong. And at the same time, we have not perfect but pretty solid end-to-end test coverage for the agent and SDK. And if community members can contribute to the code and create a test case that reproduces the use case that doesn't work as expected, and there is a clear evidence in the test that with particular configuration and flow you cannot achieve desired result. If you can commit this branch to the repository and provide the reference to this branch that, sorry guys, but this particular test case fails, and from my point of view, it should work in a different way. It will be much easier for engineer team to figure out the issue and investigate it, and we also can involve our quality assurance engineers in order to test validate the test case and provide particular input what is wrong, or is it a problem in SDK or in the cloud agent, or somewhere between, like a mediator, or in the controller code. So having these test cases can really speed up our collaboration, and it will also extend our test coverage for end-to-end tests in the agent, SDK, and among other components. I believe that engineers and QA in Atala are happy to allocate some time to workshops or video. How is it possible to contribute to the test in order to reproduce your issue? As additional option, we can also create particular examples or issues directory in the project where you can deploy your Docker Compose file with particular versions of components and test case in any convenient language. It might be TypeScript, Python, Kotlin, whatever. But having the simple line that engineers can run and play particular scenario will help us to figure out the issue and fix it much faster. So I believe that this approach is going to speed up our collaboration, and we will fix the problems much faster. What do you think about this?
No, I think that's great. I guess the next step will be like maybe to create a PR with this suggestion. And the PR, well, I guess this should go into the contributing.md file of the Identus main repository. So maybe you can elaborate a proposal and create a PR to merge it into that file. And we open that for comments for the community to review. And if there are things that are needed, like instructions or whatever, we can start collaborating.
I will elaborate this approach with our QA team, and we will describe how to properly submit this kind of issues that can speed up resolution and investigation.
Okay. Yeah, the important thing is to have it documented, because that way, Fayat and myself, we can just direct the community like, okay, this is the process that we're following. So take a look. This is the way we do it. And well, we can get this type of contribution process going on. Okay, yeah, that's great. Anything else? Yes, Roberto?
Yep. I have a quick question. I think Yuri can help me with this. So recently we went to testnet, and I connected using HashiCorp locally, and it worked. But I remember before when it failed the first time for me, it was because the did path was too long. I set up the vol use semantic path to false, and now I see only the seed. So this is the last version of the agent, the last Identus release. So it's 1.33, I think. and it worked. And I see the seed on HashiCorp on the vault, but I don't see any more DIDs on there. I don't know if that changed or I'm doing something wrong or what. So I don't know where are the DID secrets stored now.
Okay,
If they
quick
moved away or what happened.
answer. Everything is right. You're doing everything right. And there are two ways. So first of all, there are two different storage that we currently have in the agent. One is non-secret storage, which is backed by Postgres database when we keep metadata about it, like a key purpose, index, and other meta information that is required to compose key material. And we have a secret storage, which is backed up currently by the HashiCorp Vault, but it also can be backed up by Postgres, which is not secure because you understand this. And that's one part of the answer. And another part of the answer is that it's possible to store the keys. So we store the keys in the vault in two ways. First way is based on the seed value and using HD derivation path. So there is a convention which is BIP 36 or 39 compliant. I don't remember, but it contains from particular segments that corresponds to the purpose of the key. And we figured out that it doesn't make any sense to store all the crypto material that can be derived from the seed. That's why.
Correct. So it's cheaper now to use HashiCorp also.
If you use HD derivation key for your DID, we keep metadata in the Postgres database, and all we need is to just read the seed value and reconstruct the public and private keys on the fly.
On the fly.
Yes.
Got it. Also, okay, so I'm okay. So I'm not. I don't think I read anything, any documentation saying that we're not storing secrets there anymore or that changed. So I was a little bit confused because we're updating to the latest. I need to go and kind of integrate the new libraries, the front-end libraries too. But the agent is working fine and everything worked great. I think with Davies, the database sync, the wallet, all that is working. So I was just curious why I didn't see the DID peers in the vault anymore.
And for randomly created key material such as DID peer or keys for unknown creds, we store a full private key material in the HashiCorp vault because there is no way to derive this data based on the seed.
Correct. Okay. All right. So it's just really only what you need goes on HashiCorp. So that makes it a lot more affordable. Yep. So you just need basically, if you don't use unknown creds, you just basically need one secret per wallet, which is the seed. If you are
probably two, because you also need the DID peer for DID-comp communication, which is stored like a full private key. But yep, we don't need a lot of data.
So okay, so that's the other question. That's why I use the default wallet path, which is 0000, but I also see some of random entries with a seed. So that is the new thing. That is what you just talked about, the DID-comp.
Yep.
Seed. That is the random value.
DID private key stored in HashiCorp as well in
but it's a UUID. It's a random UUID and a seed, which is not the seed of the wallet, which is like 000 when you use the default path. Okay, got it. I understand now. Okay, thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Awesome.
Okay. So let's continue with the other item in the agenda. So this is about the working group that I have talked weeks ago. Well, the idea is to start with this coin. The idea is to explore how can we use Identus in the apps. funny thing with this matter is like, what exactly does it mean to integrate SSI in the apps? It seems to be a very open question, and there are a lot of interpretations of what that means. From what I have been hearing all these years, working with Atala Prism and now with Identus, for some people that means like having some sort of login in the apps enabled by this technology. Other people talk about identity aware smart contracts. You're like, okay, what that means. For other people, it's about KYC and things like the travel rule. For the other people, it's like having different BDR integrations for this technology. I mean, and so on. There are a lot of interpretation of what that means. So the idea of this um, effort is to start shaping a small working group um, to explore these ideas and see what exactly those this means. Um, the goal is to explore how can we use Identus in this case specifically to add some sort of additional capabilities to the apps. Another goal is to maybe create some sort of reference model that people or a project can use as a guide on, okay, this is my use case, this is my problem. What do I need to do this implementation and integrate this into the app? So you can see it's very open to discussion. The idea is, well, discuss. Don't expect to have a solution right away that we are going to tell you this is the way. How do you integrate? There are a lot of questions that need to be sorted out first. The idea is to start the second week of July. These conversations are going to be like a small agenda item of the maintainer and the outreach calls. Maybe 20 minutes to present some idea or get a conversation going. If this grows in interest and there is a couple of people who likes the conversation, then we can spin this into a proper working group with a specific scheduled meeting for this topic. So yeah, just a heads up for the first session. What I plan to do is start with an idea that I will propose on what's my viewpoint on the matter, just to get the conversation going. And afterwards, if anyone has something that they want to share or they have a different opinion or whatever, the idea is to have that spot open to continue the conversation. So yeah, just the heads up on the matter. Any question?
Even if I know nothing about dApps, can I join?
Yeah, sure. Even if you didn't, I don't know anything about the apps. I have been doing a
Okay.
little bit of research just to get this started. Doesn't matter. Actually, the idea is to have a model. If we manage to get some sort of a POC or reference implementation, that would be great. But the discussion can be high level. Really is very open. We will shape it along the way. It's just to get these kind of things going on, hopefully to get more engagement from the community, and also to, well, to see what's exactly the, the viewpoint from external parties on what is really needed in this kind of DApp and SSI integrations.
Yeah. All right. So I'm really interested in exploring what's possible because I really don't know. And I'll, to be honest, at that moment, I'll be very in crunch mode for Rare Evo because we are working to get something, out the door for that. But I'll still join, and I just want, these ideas to start simmering and think about those and see what what can be done, or if there's any use for us to in our project to kind of leverage that. So I'm very, very interested in that working
Okay.
group.
Awesome. Anyone else? Okay, so well, basically that's it for today. I already did a review of the open issues. Pretty much all the ones that we have are already old. The ones that are relatively newer will be reviewed once we have bandwidth to tackle them. Unless someone has a specific issue that they have raised that they want to discuss. No. So yeah, basically that's it. Any other question, answer, suggestion, recommendation? Yes, Yuri?
One more item. Around 2 weeks ago, we discussed in Discord channel the initiative to create a project that will be called like Identus platform, and will contain some common installation of the Identus infrastructure for community, for running all the stuff by community members. And I figured out that we need to collect more information about particular requirements that community members can share with us. For instance, what cloud provider is used, what are the expectations about this project, and what difficulties do you currently have with running Identus platform. Probably we will create some questionnaires with Fayad and Esteban and share it in the Discord in order to collect all this information. Having this, it will be much easier to figure out where we need to start. So just wanted to announce this. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. I think there is another hand raised or not. Oh no, it's a clap. Anyone else? So if there is anything else, I think that's all for today. And thank you very much for joining.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
you.
Bye.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.